get a new stove here.
Okay. Huh. It actually bent down or something?
Huh?
It actually bent. You were trying to bake some cake or something?
Yeah, I put cakes in the oven for a party that I was making cakes for somebody, and the minute I pressed the button, the top part of the stove
Uh-huh.
started on fire. All flames and sparks came out, and it shorted out the whole stove, so I had no kitchen stove.
No kidding. Really?
Really?
That's not funny at all.
No, God.
I told you to buy made in. I told you a long time ago to buy every product made in America. You went and bought those made in China.
I got it at Sears. Actually, it was
Well, my people say that three things causes diarrhea. I warned you about those free stuff. You do not listen. See that is causing, it's giving you the run. I was so amazed at last night when I pick up on the monkey see monkey do, and then you pick that up. That was just so funny.
one monkey went to another monkey, and then they went to the monkey head. And the monkey head went to a monkey.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, that is so funny.
Okay, you
Oh.
want to know how to get rid of them? Well, I'll cook them in the oven, and then I'll give them a banana.
You got rid of all the monkeys?
Yes, I burnt them right up.
Wow. I remember that day that you told me your uncle was sick and you said thank you Jesus that you can now have some peace of you can now have peace of mind.
Yeah. He hasn't been over for a while.
Oh really? What's wrong?
He's been hibernating and afraid now to drive at night.
Oh.
Okay? But he's been using it, so he got rid of the arthritis in his knee,
Mhm.
and he was out struggling. He's 79 years old, moving furniture.
Well, I was watching this something on was it National Geographic, and they have this guy bearded, and he and a couple of other guys live in the woods. And I can't remember which state it is. And he caught the what do they call it? He called it beaver fever or something. And he built a little shack right in the wood and put a lot of wood in there and turned the heat on and really sweated it out. And then he went into the glacial lake. He jumped into it, and the guy was, I mean, he was simply showing us how nature actually heals people. I was amazed at it. I mean, some of the alternative medicine are pretty good. You know that.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. And he, your uncle, is a survivor of and was helped by alternative medicine. So two of you, I don't know whether two of you are waiting for my cable network to begin so that you can have the first shot at your program. I don't know what we are gonna call that program because when you bring an alternative medicine man and combine with a religious comedian, I don't know what we will call that kind of combination.
Not the monkey.
That one is beyond the monkey. Okay, let me see who again is out there. Doris, are you there? Okay, she's not. Maria? Oh, Madam Kedukade. Oh my goodness, this one na correct Wazubia woman. Yes, sir, you na correct Wazubia. Yes, sir. Okay, how is the business going?
Okay, doing well.
Okay. Have you put the thing on the market?
Yeah, I have.
You've listed it.
I'm trying to buy for somebody.
Okay.
I'm just trying to offer it.
Okay. Will there be a good profit for you for buying it for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I cannot wait to see you have your own personal. I cannot wait to see you have your own personal realtor business. That would be very good.
Yeah.
Now you see some of the things that we've been talking. There is a knot that I want to tie to some of these things this afternoon. So I will not be doing much of teaching because there's a lot. There's cooking. There's a lot of things happening around me here. There is a micro could me yan go film bara yon asikari so meko. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. The micro could me meko.
No, yeah,
Okay. There is something that ties up the knot to some of the things that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the issue of personal responsibility when it comes to a lot of the things we do. There's a place where culture, tradition, religion plays a very important role in some of the things that we do, but there's also a place where our own personal responsibility is very, very important. I'm going to share with you this afternoon some of the ways that you can tie a knot to some of the prayers you've been doing, to some of the things you've been doing. There's a place where you tie a knot at it, and it is called, what do you really want? Because you see, there are a lot of people who want God to be the one that does this for them, does that for them, or we want other human beings to do this for us or to do that for us, or we want government to do this for us or to do that for us, or we depend on our parents for them to make the moves for us. And somewhere, a lot of people transfer the responsibility that their parents used to have for them. We transfer it and put it on God. There is a place where we make the first move if we want a supernatural identity to follow us. There's a place for us to make a move. And that is the reason why I am sharing what I will be sharing with you. I was asking some people recently, I have been talking about, I witnessed that sometimes people pray about something. They talk to their friends about something. They spend time going through counseling about something. They spend time crying about it, writing about it. They spend time talking about it a whole lot. And then we go about to find out we can find solution to it a whole lot. But the only thing we do not do is to confront the issue or confront the problem. One of the things that I want you to know before we can continue in our quests about the supernatural and about prayers and all of that and how to do it, I want you to take time to think about your own personal power that you have. You have a personal power. It is in you whether you believe it or not. You have a personal power that has been given to you by God. I'm talking to those of you who understand what I mean.
Got it.
There is a place for you to exercise your own personal power in order to prove to your God that you mean business. In order to prove to people around you that you mean business. In order to prove to your family that you mean business. Because remember what I said the other day to every one of you. Many a times our family members refuse to deal with us because of a sense of failure. A sense of failure is one of the things that makes families to, in fact, it scatters family. Show me one family where there is real prosperity and where people have made effort to achieve success in life. Show me one family where everyone did not depend on their father's or mother's wealth, but on their own individual creativity. Show me one family where people fight. People will never fight over material resources, over money, over property, if each person has been made to actualize their own personal power and ability to conquer fear of self and to conquer fear of participating in life. And that is why a lot of people pray to God, they don't have no answer. Or they go to humans for a solution to their problems and they have no answers too. You see, that's why sometimes when I watch people talking a lot about government and how government should have done this or does that. Doris, I want you to unmute yourself because I want you to I want you to be part of this discussion right now. And also, Marlene, I want you to unmute yourself to be part of this discussion right now. So anyone who will unmute, except there is a very strong noise around you, don't unmute yourself. But if there is none, then I want you to be part of this discussion. I want you to be part of this discussion. Let me say this, for example. If you have your own personal business that you are doing, do you really have time to be listening to, like last night, Obama was giving, what do we call it, the State of the Union. If you have your own personal business and making your own personal money, whatever it be, whether it be like myself, empowerment, and so on, or being in the priesthood, or being a university professor, like I've been all the years, or whether it be like Doris into realtor, or whether it be like Marlene into non-profit, or whether it be like my godson in DC into hotel business and into realtor business, or whether it be like Maria, who is retired from the Navy and then involved in volunteering, or whether it be like D2 in the military, or whether it be like G, the two G's in Florida. One is into caregiving and the other one is a teacher and also owns her own cleaning business, or like the attorney in Los Angeles, or my friends from the Gambia and Senegal who own their own restaurant and also the African braiding salon, or like the Amanda who works with Old Navy, or Kishan who is into the grocery business. And I mean, I can keep naming, or like Lady Bev, who is a professional at reforming young people. and very good at at supporting professional bodies. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at it. Well, for example, when I came to America newly, I was very much interested in capitalistic democracy. But as the more I stay in the country, the more I don't know when I really have much to do with it. I mean, I love the participation when I find individual that is service oriented only. That's it. I have a strong political alliance, even though I hold on to some social advancement in life in terms of the social structuring of society for the benefits of the majority of people. But one thing I do not fancy is people not using their creativity and relying on government to do this and do that, and then there is a fight over it between the two political parties. Now, let me share this with you. Do you think if you own your own personal business and making your own money that you will have time to look at the advancement of this political thing in your life? No, you will not. I'm saying this, I'm calling on Doris to participate. I mean, she's a military woman. She's a realtor. She's into real learning and education. And she's from a foreign countries. And also she lives in one of the most exuberant and huge concrete jungle of America, the Los Angeles metropolitan area. So she understands what I'm saying. Marlene too understands. She lives in the New York area. She's seen it all, and she's been to places. And so is Miss G and the rest of you. D2 has been in Iraq twice, and so on. And so on and so forth. So there's just a whole lot. Do you think if you own your own personal business, do you think that you will have time for government? Because this is why I'm raising this issue. A lot of people believe that prayer is going to solve their problem. This is where prayer comes in. It is when you are out to do something, then prayer becomes the force behind what you are going to do to push it further supernaturally, and then help balance the act of what you're doing so that it comes out right. Prayer also is a means whereby we lay hold on the power of the Most High God to execute orders on the earth. Prayer is the means whereby we take up arms, supernatural arms, whether we believe it or not, whether we see it or not. And we enforce things, we charge into a creative thing, whether it be mental creativity or physical creativity, whatever it is, or spiritual creativity. And when we charge into it, the supernatural then follows what we are doing. Because the aim, the beginning and the end of prayer is to make you prosper and profit. If it does not create that, then it is nothing. What use is it to enter into a relationship with God without benefits? So why I'm asking Miss D from Los Angeles to participate in this Marlene is this. In many developing countries, I do not call any country third world country. I call countries outside Europe and Canada and North America. I call them developing countries. They are developing. They are getting better at what they are doing. Even though many of them are suffering from kwashiorkor their economy and government is suffering from malaria and all kind of stuff because they do not know how to get it right and there is no discipline. But majority of people depend on government for this, government for that, government for this, in some of the countries out there, and also here. But many of you knows that the best thing to do in life is to find a way, somehow, while you're working for somebody else, you're making plans. You're making plans. The plan you are making should include prayer. You're making plans to have something that you are doing for yourself. So I am opening this up. How are the people out there who depend on government and on their for example, one of the things that I've discovered is this. There is a statistics that I'm looking at right now. And that statistics shows that men and women from foreign countries do not live too long. They do not make it beyond 70, 80, they are dead. And the reason for it is because they are taking up too much. They are taking up too much, how do I put it? Responsibility for children, for family members. And the stress of it is what is killing them. That is why it's very, very important that you do not turn prayer to magic. Turn prayer to miracle, not magic. Know where you are to participate in what you are praying about. And know where you are limited. Then you ask God to come into that place of your limitation. Do not leave the entire thing to God. Also know where other people are supposed to participate with you. And that is where we are failing. Because we do not know how to ask other people to help us where we are weak, where we are lacking. And then we continue to pray, and we continue to pray, and we continue to pray, and our prayers are never answered. And we wonder why. The basic reason is because many of us have not yet even entered into the covenant of a sweetened deal, which says that you have promised, you have vowed to do everything within your power, to make life easy for yourself. And then when you've done that, Jesus comes in, the Holy Spirit comes in, God the Father is interested, an angel is released, then he will release somebody to become part of it, part of the agenda for you. It is only where you hit a barrier that you've done everything and you don't have the resources or the means or the people or the spiritual power within you to help yourself. That is where you then begin to pray. And this is the kind of prayer that I want you to pray. Listen carefully. There is a place to pray to God for help. And there is a place where God refuses to hear your prayer. That's why you see me, I'm not reading from any Bible today, because I just want to talk to you. There's a place where God is not going to answer your prayer. The reason is because you've not asked him. You see what the ancient Jewish people used to do? They will always go to God to ask, who will go ahead of us to win this battle for us? And God will tell them, Judah, or Ephraim, or so and so, or Naphtali. God will tell them, this is the person I've chosen to go ahead to win the battle for you. Have you asked God which pastor or bishop or prophet he has connected you with for the rest of your life to win your battle for you? They are people that I know are connected with me for the rest of their life. Have you asked God who He has made a captain over you? Have you asked Him, if you know that you cannot start your own business, have you asked Him which business, which corporation or company He has put together on earth to provide for you? Have you asked Him? Have you asked Him the person that He has put together to help you? Have you asked Him which country you need to migrate to, or which part of your nation you need to be? Because there are territories, there are territorial prayer are answered according to whether you are in the right location or not. If you are in the wrong location, every prayer you are praying is being answered somewhere else. I want you to listen. This is a revelation I'm telling you today. If you are in the wrong place, every prayer you are praying is being answered in the right place where you are supposed to be. It's like your parcel is being delivered in a different address. Marlene, are you listening to me? Doris, are you listening? Yeah. Doris, are you listening? Maria, are you listening? Janet, are you listening? D2, are you listening? Gail, are you listening? Chefarel, are you listening? Beth, are you listening? All of you. Dorothy, are you listening? Sherlyn, are you listening? Beverly, are you listening? Make sure that you are in the right place of authority, where your power is required, where you've been given power today. If not, every prayer you're praying is being answered somewhere else. The UPS and FedEx are delivering their parcel somewhere else. So I want you to think carefully about that. There is also somebody that has been chosen by the supernatural to be the captain of your warfare or the captain of your money. Yeah, or the captain of your money. And if you do not recognize that person and you become insubordinate, you become disloyal, God will remove that captain from you and nothing will be happening. David was a great warrior, but he did not fight all the wars. He had other people who were captains of thousands, captains of hundreds, captains of 50s, who fight wars alongside him. I want you to think about that. You are not called to do everything. There are people who are your prayer already, answers to your prayers already, so that you do not need to waste time praying over the same thing over and over for many years. That's why many of you watch me. I have changed the way I'm praying. I am only making pronouncements, cursing out your problems and destroying them. Now I ask a question, I need some answers. Marlene, I need some answers. Doris, Maria, the two Marias, Nebraska, and please answer me. Janet, I need answers. I need answers, because you see, when God sees you step out to begin to do something, every prayer you pray, there is a supernatural connection, angelic connection, human connection. Things begin to connect. I was in the right place, and two people approached me in one day and gave me 2 cars. In one day, I got a Lincoln Continental, and I got what do we call it? And I got a Lincoln Continental. Then I got what is it? What was the name of the car? There's another car, and that was wonderful. So I opened this for discussion. Let's go. Let's go. For example, those of you from the African regions, why do you think it's a problem for people to depend on their governments for for everything they need. They depend on government for this, they depend on government for that, they depend on government for this. Where are the entrepreneurs? Where are the entrepreneurs? Because government alone, you see, that is where some of the political parties around the world make a mistake. By making it looks like when you enter into politics, you are able to do everything. Look at Obama. I was laughing yesterday. Look at him. He came in thinking he can do a lot, but he forgot that there are gatekeepers. There are keepers of the gates in Washington. So I'm opening it for discussion. Let's go for it. Anyone can jump in.
Well, one of the reasons I feel that if you start letting the government take care of you, then you're losing the rights. And that's been proven because those that were before us had more rights that are now. So then they can start telling you how many kids you can have, where you can live, what the car.
Excuse me.
Right.
That's the
Because
one
you're
downstairs.
going to
It's $1.50 wash and $1.50 to dry.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they get this.
And it only runs for 30
But they
minutes
don't have
to
to
dry it.
really have here.
So your turtlenecks,
You know, if you look at Putty
I'll
right here,
still
they have certain
damp
things,
around
but
the
at the same time, they don't have freedom.
So I've got
The
a,
privilege to
there's
drive.
another load in the dryer,
Something that we take for granted.
but there's somebody
here.
else jumped
They
in the
can't
washer,
drive
so
me in the car.
I can't.
So they have to.
when somebody else jumps in, I can't.
Right.
So I
But
thought, I
willing
said,
to go
okay.
to the store,
My
and they
bad.
have to
I
have
brought
a
the clothes
mail.
back up, so.
With them going,
I've got
you can't
your
even
towels
drive.
in
The
the
mail
dryer
is to
now.
drive.
So when they
So
come out.
for us, we tell you, we
When
just
the
get
person
off.
comes, we'll do that.
We'll go to
Nobody's
day
gonna
3
do that.
hours, we not even thinking
Some
twice.
girl with a
We
dog.
can drive
Oh,
by
yeah.
when we want to. They have something they come in
That's good.
and
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You
you
finished
look at
cooking already?
someone in Russia and
Really?
like Russia, like we're still in war.
About, well, when the
That's
clothes
one of the
get ready,
things that when we
I've gotta go
think of
pick up
every
kids.
year, government,
Okay.
we
From
don't
school.
wanna
You
go
can
in.
bring it. You can.
That's what
They
we're
don't
looking
get
at.
out till, I have to be there about 1:30.
I'm gonna
Okay.
read
So I'm gonna wait till these clothes get out of the dryer.
Okay. Thank you.
And have a husband, tell them you better look. If you're not doing it, because that's doing, and you're bringing first to your family, and that allows for at any given time for a social worker to come and investigate your home. So, this is how I do.
Okay. That sounds good. Somebody else that wanna jump in? Miss D, you wanna jump in? Marlon, you wanna jump in? Okay. Okay. Marlon?
I believe that, people that are disabled and things like that, that's a different story. Rely on whatever you can get. But if you can work and your hands move and your feet move, then do something for yourself.
Right.
Because the way our government is right now, I wouldn't want to rely on that because we don't know about tomorrow the way it goes. So
If they cannot even fix a website and make it work, what do you think?
yeah, I know. They said if you go on their website, it's not even secure, and people that did sign up for that care there, all their information was like free to anybody to take. You know.
Yeah.
And they're the government, so it's like wow. And then they're taking away like people's guns and playing around with our constitutional rights, and it's really bad. So I wouldn't rely on the government for anything. I feel that if you have gifts, talents, use them. If
Okay.
you have to go to work for McDonald's, do it.
Okay. Do you know one of the things that I really value about the territory that Doris and I come from, and Deborah?
I just wanted to help you say that. And I want to say something really personal.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the American government has forced their citizens. Well, I'm one of them now, but I'm glad I'm a citizen of my country also.
Okay.
Here, there's no choice. We depend on the government for everything. The country where I come from is the survival of the citizens. You have to go out there and send them and do something. I mean, do something.
Okay.
Go home right now, you see people coming up with a lot of ideas and they are really making it back home. You don't depend on anybody. The government doesn't care about you. But here you see one man or woman waiting for the government, waiting for the government to go out there and get a job. They're sitting down, whether beg, and by the side of the gas station or grocery store to beg for $1 and 50 cents. And you can make more than that in a day to put an effort to do something.
Hello?
And that's my little contribution.
Yes. Yes. Eugene, hold on. Yes, Doris, what you are saying is true. You remember when you told me about those, is it 3 loaves? Those 3 loaves, and you and the other woman became the 2 fishes. That was funny, isn't it? Yeah. That was really, really funny. You see, what she's saying is being creative is the ultimate experience of any human being. Being really creative will really make you feel satisfied personally. That's what it is. So it's not really looking up to anybody. It's not really some of these things. So people misunderstand the basic principles that that are the core of the real issue. So what we are discussing today is very, very important that we begin to pay attention to it and not allow anybody to follow us that, okay, if we do this, some of these things are not magic. Some of these things follows natural causes, and then the supernatural comes in where it is basically very necessary. Now, Eugene, how are you? I'm doing good. How is it Sweden? Yes. How is everything there? That's good. That's good. At least it's snowing. So that's wonderful. So yeah, it's good. Do you do any winter sport or something? Okay, you're not good. You don't go skiing. You don't go doing things during the winter. You stay indoors. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. Okay. Eugene, call me back in the next. What is the time there in Sweden? Almost 8 p.m. Okay. Can you give me a call by 10 p.m. your time? Yeah, I'll be waiting for your call. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. So we will like to stop here for today. I want every one of you who are watching out there around the world and those of you who are participating to take very closer look at what I'm saying and what we have been discussing this afternoon. And I want you to go back to the video when it will be posted out there to take a good look at it, and we'll go from there. Um, remember the request that I made that if anybody knows, there are certain things I talked about electronics, that if any of you knows certain things, how to do certain things better in one of the, I'm going to watch some of the previous video to know exactly what I said. If anybody knows how to do certain things, how we can do certain things well, better than it is, you let me know. I was talking to Robert, my friend, in Naples, Florida, and he was telling me that there is something more professional. So we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Goodbye. I'll see most of you by 9 p.m. tonight, which is 10 p.m. Central Time for Top Leaders Institute. For those of you who are already leaders in your various fields, I'll be seeing you tonight, and we will be dealing. Remember that I started teaching last week about what make a top leader, and we only were able to talk about two things. They are like about 100 and something different things that makes a top leader, and I'm going to explore all of it and expand on all of them. So I will see you by 9 p.m. Central Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Pacific Time. I will see you, and I'll be talking on Top Leaders Institute tonight. So goodbye, God bless, and I will see you then. Bye bye. Okay. Was somebody saying something?
No, I just said bye.
Okay. Marlon, how has your organization been going?
Sitting there, but I had to keep, stopping for a little bit because of the computer. I need to fix the computer.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with the computer?
Well, first of all, I had a webcam that was built in.
I thought you made the computer drunk. That's why it's not working.